I am the primary provider for my family. Um, Maybe even sole. I'll explain and you can tell me your thoughts there. Um, but what are you? Like, what's your family dynamic? Because ours is definitely different, especially somebody like we're religious and it's not very common this way. But my husband's degree is in emergency management. His goal was to be a firefighter. He went to paramedic school, did all of those things. And so once we got married and I graduated, I decided to get my master's degree. I have my MBA, and that was because firefighting doesn't make a lot of money, at least where we live. And so that way it'd be easier for me to get supplemental income, or I could pick up freelance work, which I do now still, but the idea was to like help that be easier. Anyway, right out of grad school, I was already making double what he was making, and he didn't have a firefighting job yet. He was still looking for that. They're very competitive, which is surprising with how little they pay. Um, and then after we had our second child, we looked at like the cost of childcare and him working, and decided he would start staying home. And that was after a lot of prayer, a lot of consideration on like the implications it would have on our family. And so he started staying home. He was going and interviewing for at fire stations. It's not like a typical interview. It's kind of like a whole process. And so had been doing that, trying to get a firefighting job. And then eventually my career just kept taking off, kept going, um, to the point where I was making more than the highest level firefighter could make where I live. And so at that point, he became a permanent stay at home dad. I think we had three children once we realized that that was going to be the case. It was never the plan. Luckily, I didn't grow up going, I'm going to be a stay at home mom. My mom was a stay at home mom. I would love that, but I also love working. I love that I can work from home and still see my kids, or like when they get home from school, I can come out and say hi, or I can help out if needed. Like just now, he was putting baby Merlin to bed, and baby Blue needed help with something, so I was able to go out and help him, and it didn't impact. I wasn't in a meeting, so everything was fine. So I'm really grateful that I have that opportunity to work from home. Um, and then we also, when we first got married, we bought a duplex, and we still have that. So we rent it out. He handles the maintenance. I handle the legal side of things, the management side, and then we also Airbnb our duplex, and he does a lot of the cleaning for that. He does a lot of the guest relations. I mostly set things up on the back end, and then he's kind of taken it from there. And that's where I go, I don't know if I can claim that I'm the sole provider, because we have our real estate stuff we do together, which brings in some money and helps with everything else. But he is the stay-at-home dad, and I am the working mom. Um, so what is your position like? Are there any other like moms out there that are the primary or sole provider? Um, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a very different realm to be in.